But we had somebody living in this building who actually, like, we thought was going to kill us. And when I say that, I am not saying that with any bit of dramatics. Like, we actually did.
Because at that point, I was like, I wasn't sure what I was doing. But having the opportunity to learn this career, go to these events, meet people in this career, it's like e-commerce and customer experience is something I never thought of. Like, that's not something we like talk about in school.
Do you really want to do? And like, how can we shape your career at Inevitable to like make sure you're doing what you enjoy and like getting the experience you want that's going to like pay you want to be able to live the life you want? Welcome back to Let's Laugh About It. And today we have a special guest. We just took like 22 minutes and 45 seconds to figure out how to get a third mic on here again. So I'm so sorry you have to see Jackie's right side of her face instead of her left.
Yeah, me too. Like, I have no idea how it looks on camera. Like, I'm scared.
You might not see any reels from Jackie this week.
Yeah, like it might only be snippets of Molly and Zoe.
We do have Molly here, which I'm so excited. We are going to talk about how Molly ended up here because if you listen to last week's podcast, you know we had an event. So we'll talk all about that. But before we get into it, I want to intro Molly and have Molly say whatever words she wants about herself. But Molly works for Inevitable Agency, but also is Jackie's sister. And, well, actually... when's your anniversary? It's coming up, right?
Yeah, it's March 8th. So I was 18 when I started.
Molly was 18 years old when she started at the agency, and we actually I was talking to Jackie about a year ago. What did we say? March?
Yeah, March.
Okay, so 10 months ago, 11 months ago. I was talking to Jackie about how we needed to hire another person for the agency because we had work to do, and she was like, why don't you hire my sister? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, Molly could definitely do that.
Yeah And I was a little bit scared because it was like hiring, like, what if Molly doesn't work out? And then
she's a child.
Yeah, she's a child. She just turned 18. No, you were about to turn 19.
Yeah, I was 2 days away from turning 19. But
so 18 isn't a child. I'm just being a brat.
It sounds better to say I've been working since I was 18, like working with you, than basically 19.
Yeah, it sounds like very impressive.
Yeah.
But so does 19. But also my last impression of Molly was like Jackie screaming at Molly, like, get out of my room.
Yeah, literally.
So I was like, I don't know. Molly's like a whole ass adult now. But I was like so excited because Jackie had only good things to say about her. And she is our little prodigy. Like, literally, she's done so freaking good. She leads an account, and the person who owns that business has literally asked us if he could clone Molly. He wants more of Molly's hours. He wants more of Molly's work. So
he thought Molly was like 30.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, let's tell that story.
He met me in person. So it's all started with, I think it was like a month or 2 months ago now. We were discussing like roles in his company, and he was asking me about this one girl who works there, she's like 27, 28, I think. Actually, she might be closer to 30. And when he talked about her to me, he was like, can she be on phones yet? Like, I get really nervous about young people on phones because they're going to be rude to people sometimes. And I was like, oh, but I think she's fine. She's worked in customer experience, like in restaurants. And then I call up Sierra, which is also part of the agency. And I was like, age. Like, he met me in person maybe a month before that. I was like, do I look that old? I was like super concerned about it. And then I think you guys had a meeting with him the next day, and he was like, how old is Molly anyway?
Yeah.
He genuinely thought I was like pushing 30.
Yeah, he was like, Molly's like 30, right? And we're like, no,
but
Molly's
it's because
19.
you're like an adult.
I know, but he met me in person, which makes me feel like I just look old.
No, that's actually wild because I think if anything, you look younger than you are. So
yeah, and I was about to be like, we wanted Molly to go out with us, but we didn't. We don't support illegal activity. But he was like it's definitely because of your work ethic though, and that you're able, like, you don't work like a younger person. You work like someone who's been in their career for years and years. So that's what it is. It's not that you look, because I think that's can come off, people can think your age, just because he spent more time with you in a professional setting and like not seeing you in person and remote, it's just like you present yourself as older because you're so professional.
That's really boosted my ego.
Good.
It should. It should.
It's working.
So Molly's our prodigy, and we love her. And I do wish we could clone her. She's amazing. And yeah, what do you think about her, Jackie?
I think she's great, and I love her. She's my sis.
Oh, we were saying this before the podcast
But
started?
I love her more than you love her.
I love her so much, but I'm not sure. That's like a hard battle. It's your sister.
No, you'll lose.
Okay. I feel weird, like like that you wanted me to like argue that.
No, I didn't. Don't worry.
Oh, we should talk about the event though. This was actually Molly's second business trip to San Diego.
Yeah.
The first one, you want to talk about either of them?
I can talk about the first one because I was like so anxious the whole time.
Yeah, you were so much more relaxed this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the difference between the first one and the second one was like night and day. I think at the first one, I like didn't speak. I don't think I spoke to anyone. Honestly.
You did, but okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wouldn't sell yourself that short, but I get what you mean though.
Yeah, like this one I at least talked.
Yeah.
Like more, I should say.
Yeah.
We always say that we wish we were 19 getting into this industry because our lives would be like so different, and how lucky Molly is to like have gone into this space at 19. Mm-hmm. But it is intimidating.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I think we've had this discussion before that sometimes it's weird being 19 in the industry because other 19-year-olds, like the people I went to high school with, like they're all in college. Mm-hmm. They're all like, they're not going to start their careers from 3 years from now. So when they are like starting their careers, I'm going to be like 3-4 years in. It's just like a weird divide in the age.
Yeah. But like that, I mean, I guess Zoe went through that.
Yeah, I got my first management position at 19, and it was kind of similar because I was younger than a lot of the people that I'd hire, and it was really hard I'm really grateful for that because I got so much experience before while people were in college, and but yeah, it was like a weird period because, and you've experienced this too, where you're like managing people who are younger than you, and I was working retail, so I think it's a little bit different with like people respecting or not, but and we were hiring for like minimum wage, so it was like hard for me to hire someone who's working for minimum wage and be their boss and like be respected, and I had to like work so hard to make myself professional and like just like be a very good boss. Like I had to be a better boss at 19 than someone maybe at 30, because like someone who's 30 could get away with like just like having respect if they're hiring a 25-year-old, where if I'm 19 and I'm hiring a 25-year-old, I have to like earn their respect so much harder than someone who might be older.
People can get away with murder based on their age, like literally, like in the workplace.
Oh, like actually.
Not actual murder. Oh my God, can I talk? I almost said Murdaugh. I was reading a bunch of stuff about the Murdaugh family today. Now like murder and Murdaugh go hand in hand for me, which they do because
I don't know who that is.
I can't even get into how crazy it is that you don't know who the Murdaughs are. That's not even pop culture. That's like, do you live in 2024?
There's a documentary.
It's a documentary. It's like all over the news all the time. There's multiple documentaries.
I think we started watching that.
I think we did.
And I can't remember.
But I was going to say that like the things that I find out people get away with, I'm like, the only explanation for the fact that like you're not fired has to be the fact that you're 40.
Oh,
because I feel like a 25-year-old.
I was thinking of it the other way around. I thought you were saying like as if you're younger you can get away with stuff.
No, but I'm agreeing in the way that like you had to prove yourself more than like a 40-year-old. Because I'm saying like like somebody who's older, like I feel like they can kind of be like not that great of like managers, and they like it's just they stick around longer.
Well, it's like a parent, like you respect your parents just because they're your parents, not like necessarily for like
because they earned it or something.
Yeah, because you like picked them because you interviewed them, and then because like you don't get to pick your bosses, really.
No.
Do you ever?
I'm sure there's some like woke places that do that. You should actually.
Mm-hmm. I feel like sometimes team members can be in like the interview processes with their boss, but they don't get the ultimate decision usually.
Yeah. But I would argue a world where they should. Yeah,
they should. And actually it would probably like create less tension in the workplace too, because it's hard for someone to come in and be your boss when you've been there longer.
Yeah.
It's hella hard.
It's very hard.
Shall we get into some marketing news?
Let's get into it. Are you ready, Mal? Put in your 2 cents.
Wait. Before we get into what's going on in the marketing world, I want to go back to this past event. It was the first co-sponsored event by an Inevitable agency and a couple different tech companies. So I want to shout out to Tydo. Tydo, thank you for inviting us to co-sponsor. That was the first event we went to. And then we zooted on.
Zooted?
We zooted.
That's crazy.
That's an interesting term to use. We zooted on.
What's a better term?
Zoomed off to the next event.
We went to?
Yeah, we went to, yeah.
We went to the next event, which was a Chew on This event, and it was so fun. And I was talking to someone who was attending, and I was like, oh, yeah, like Harry and Ron. And I'm like, you know them, right? And like Harry, Ron. And I kept saying that, but they didn't really understand who was putting it on, because they're Harry and Ron. Ron and Ash started Chew on This, and then Harry was someone they hired to help coordinate the events. So I kept saying Harry and Ron, you know them, right? And they said, it just sounds like you're talking about Harry Potter. So I think that Ron and Harry have great names because it fits with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But Ash needs to change his name to Hermione.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ankit, who's kind of more behind the scenes, but he's the third co-founder. Actually, I don't know how involved he is with Chew on This, but he's the third co-founder of Obvi, which Ron and Ash own. So he can be Neville Longbottom.
Perfect.
So we'll
let them know.
But that is kind of funny that they.
Oh, no. Maybe on the other side.
Oh, it's right underneath you.
I was trying to get a hold of the chat.
But the event was really good.
The event was really good, and it was really fun, and it was cool to be a co-sponsor or whatever.
Yeah, and it was great to have the girls out here. We actually wanted to record more podcasts, but it was just time went by so fast. You have all these. We wanted to do more content, more podcasts, but we just were working the whole time.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people don't realize this unless they podcast, I guess. Not to sound like one of those people, but it really is you have to be in the headspace to sit down. It's hard. You can't just be let's pull out the mics and let's record this convo. You really have to be I don't know.
It took us 22 minutes just to get the mics figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, podcasting's it's a job, people.
Yeah, I think that some people in the chat who are listening to this live might get it, because it's the same thing with streaming or even just showing up for social media. It's when you see people on social media, you're just oh, they do that. But it is really hard to show up, especially if you're not in the mood, because you have to show up and be positive and have a smile. I guess you don't have to, but a lot of times what you're doing, what's going on in your life and what you're doing on social media isn't super related. So let's say you have a bad day and your dog dies, and then you're supposed to go and record a podcast.
No, yeah, it's
how do you
Yeah, and I always see all my haters in my DMs. Just kidding. I was gonna make something up, but I couldn't think of something quick enough, so I was gonna stumble on my words.
Oh, Jackie, you're so perfect, and you always
no
are
haters. Ready. I was gonna say they're always Jackie, podcasting's so easy. You can do it, I can do it.
Right.
Dumbass. That's what my haters say in my DMs, and I'm you don't even understand how hard it is.
Yeah, now all of Jackie's haters keep making podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Do they?
No. because they realize it's so hard. But yeah, you do have to kind of be in the mood to like show up for people. It's harder than it looks.
Yeah.
But so yeah, the events were good. Some different marketing news that came up this week. Kith came out with their rewards program, which is really, really cool. This actually has been kind of a theme. Well, we've talked about reviews. I don't know, with the like Yotpo. Mm-hmm. Yotpo has a ability to make like an out of the box rewards program, which you just like plug into your store, and then it's got options. That's like, I would say, an easier way to do it because you don't have to build like and have someone come in and build this out. But if you want it exactly how, like starting from like ideation of like, I want all these things part of our rewards program that isn't just like your typical spend $1, get a point. You know how like you guys usually see. Do you use rewards programs?
Yeah, actually where I get all my skincare from, they have like a huge reward program, and it is points wise. So like their equivalent of like 300 points, like $30 off your next order.
Yeah, and that's typical, right?
Yeah.
And I wonder if I would like to look and see if they use like Yotpo. I think Yotpo and Loyalty Line are the number one, like whatever. And I've talked about it before. At a company I was at before, we actually started on Yotpo and then we switched and made our own custom built rewards program, but it literally took us like 2 years to build and like roll out. So I'm sure Kith has been working on this forever. They custom built it, and they actually like retroactively took everybody's rewards from, or like purchases from, I think they said like 8 to 10 years or something. Oh, wow. Or
that's cool. Did you have a lot?
Funny enough, guess how much I had? I don't have it on here.
I have no idea what to guess.
Like 50?
That's a good guess. I logged in and downloaded it, and well, it's in the app. They put it in the app. I had 666.
Devil.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, and I tweeted it because I was like, what are the chances that those are my points?
I saw you tweet that, and I didn't understand what you were referencing.
Yeah, just because I said like eek or something.
Now I get it.
Yeah. I wonder if that tweet didn't really get a lot of love, so maybe nobody understood what was going on.
Yeah, I think it might have been confusing.
Or
maybe we're all dumb. I don't know. Let's
see. Yeah, I said, uh-oh. And I put.
Yeah, that's not super clear. I'm sorry.
It's not.
Let me see it again. Yeah, it's not super clear.
What else are you looking at?
It honestly just looks like you're like, uh-oh, I got Kith rewards.
It kind of looks like,
uh-oh, this must mean I shopped at Kith.
Kind of just giving me the vibes of like, uh-oh, I'm part of the Illuminati. Like, sorry.
Oh, really?
Wait. Yeah, is that what the 666 kind of like ties to?
No, 666 is like the devil, right?
Satan.
Doesn't that tie to the Illuminati, or am I like completely...
Illuminati is like I feel like maybe people think that they could be. Actually, I don't know. I can't speak to
I think the Illuminati is like, isn't that like have to do with like, you know, like Beyonce and stuff?
Can't say that though.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't like accuse Beyonce of that.
I can't. Everybody knows that. Like Jay-Z, right?
I don't know. I don't follow the Illuminati.
I finally have the chat up.
I can't confirm or deny I know anything about the Illuminati.
Okay.
Whatever. It's like super suspicious.
Sounds like you know something about it.
Okay, so Kith Rewards came out with, but one of the craziest things, when it launched, it like crashed because there were so many people trying to get on it.
I didn't realize, like, I knew people like shopped at Kith, but I didn't realize like how big people were into it. Isn't it really expensive?
It is expensive, but it's really high quality. Oh. And they do such good like moments of exclusivity, and just they pay attention. I was a little bit sad because I got a little bit of beef with Kith.
I was going to say, you have some beef with Kith, kind of.
I have some beef with Kith because I was so excited to see their Hanukkah like capsule package thing, and they did this whole Hanukkah line, and everything was like beautiful. And so I ordered a blue hoodie that had Kith written on it, and it kind of like gave the whole like Jewish like Hebrew Hanukkah look. And I was so excited to get it. It was supposed to come in this like box with like this unbelievable unboxing experience, and it was gonna come with like a Kith dreidel. And so like they don't just like sell shit; they like make everything an experience.
Yeah.
And everything's like really high quality. So then I also, because I was ordering that, I ordered just a regular like short sleeve shirt, but like I wouldn't have bought the short sleeve shirt without.
Yeah.
I just was like trying to, I don't know. I was like, well, if I'm shopping and spending shipping, I might as well get something else. But it was $75 for a shirt.
Yeah.
So I would not have bought it.
Yeah.
And then they just sent me the shirt and they canceled my hoodie order.
Oh.
Without like contacting me. Yeah. Usually if that happens, like I'd think that they'd reach out and be like, sorry, we don't have this or whatever. But what probably happened is they ran out of stock and couldn't send it to me. But I still would have like wanted to swap it out for another size or maybe another thing. And the thing that sucks about it is because I literally went through my head and I was like, well, I'm paying shipping, like I might as well, whatever.
Yeah.
And so like even if I wanted to reorder that other size, I'd have to pay shipping again. And so now it just like becomes more expensive. So I've been meaning to like reach out to them and be like, yo,
who owns Kith? Does Justin Bieber own it? Am I making that up? Or is he just like a big wearer of it?
I don't know who owns Kith actually.
Who started?
Let's bring up. Let me go.
Who founded Kith? Richard Feig.
But I really like the shirt that I got. With it being
pretty sure Justin Bieber or something is like a huge supporter of Kith. There's something.
I think he's done photo shoots for them.
Yeah, he's like a big fan, a big wearer.
Yeah, they do like the coolest thing. Like
almost positive.
One of the things they have on their site is a Mickey Mouse Kith for Mickey and Friends 6-pack plush set. So you could get these little like.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. So it's collectible. Do they have a about me page? Well, anyways, I'm excited to see what they do for their rewards program because I think things that they do is going to set the standard and just like push the envelope for just like not just having normal rewards program. They like have gamifying type of things where you buy a certain amount or buy different things and get certain things. So it's not just spend $1, get $1.
Okay, I like that because there's some I mean like, honestly like most rewards programs that I use, like it's like spend $1, get 5 cents.
Yeah.
And it's like also a lot of them like expire, so it'll be like in 2023 I flew like I was on a plane every other week, like genuinely. I flew so much in 2023 and I never reached any tier with Southwest, and I flew Southwest every time. Never like got any type of thing. And it's like, how much does a person have to use the rewards program to actually benefit from it?
Yeah, I'm not crazy about Southwest rewards because you fly so much and then your biggest perk is maybe getting like a buddy pass. And then, but it takes forever to.
That's what I'm talking about because I would get all the points. I would. That's why I like stick with Southwest because I have a Southwest credit card, and then it's like at that point, like you might as well stick with. If you have an airline credit card, you really like get the most bang for your buck. So like that's why I stick with it. But and flying out of Chicago, I do find that it's the cheapest a lot of the time. But yeah, like they must expect you to be on a flight 2 times a week to reach even the lowest tier because I was on a flight in 2023 literally every other week.
Yeah.
And I didn't reach anything.
You know what's interesting? Well, I think that like the United, the Delta, even like Alaska, their programs are a little bit better.
I know.
But it's so annoying to have to like pick an airline and stick to it, and sometimes they just like don't fit. But everyone uses like, we had this with a client recently actually asking us like about a rewards program, and every time someone asks me about one, they compare it to like an airlines. But you know what I think why people compare it is even though you might not like get your rewards, you're always paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Where like you buy something from like, let's say Vons, and you're getting points for your groceries and stuff, but do you ever like log into the Vons app and look?
No.
Yeah, so I think airlines, you're spending so much money on it, you like pay attention.
Yeah, that's true.
So everyone's just trying to figure out like how to get loyalty from customers, how to get them to pay attention to your rewards program when you're just like another brand competing with like a bunch of different other brands who people have like loyalty to.
I'll say I actually, 2 stores that I noticed, and I shop at them frequently, but not as frequently as I used to, and I still find that I get good points. Ulta and Sephora, they have good rewards programs. I find that like it feels like every time I'm at Sephora, they're like, you have $10 off, and I'm like, sweet,
take it off.
Or same with Ulta. Like I feel like every time I'm there, they're like, the last time I went to Ulta, they were like, you have $16 banked, and I think my purchase was like $30. I was like, sweet, that just like paid for half of what I was buying.
I'm pretty big on my Target rewards. I feel like because they have like those flash deals where it's like, oh, if you spend 3 purchases, $50 or more, you'll get like a $20 gift card. And I know that I'm gonna
Where?
At Target.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I know that I'm gonna spend $50 in the next 2 weeks. So
you might as well buy. I'll do that sometimes too because it makes sense financially. Like as long as you were gonna buy those things.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they get you and you're like, oh, I wasn't gonna buy like a $20 candle this week, but I'll buy one.
I'll always buy a $20 candle though. Like that's something about
Same.
me.
But if I do notice that they're having those, because they like advertise it pretty well on the app, I'll be like, okay, I know that like in the next 2 weeks I'm gonna need shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. I don't need it quite yet, but I will in the next 2 weeks. So while they're offering a $5 gift card, I'm gonna go to Target and get it.
I'm huge on if the loyalty is like on an app, I'm gonna use it. Like I'm gonna use 7-Eleven to get those points.
Oh, yeah. You do love the 7-Eleven point system.
I have like 5,000.
It's so funny.
Because if I ever am like for some reason like don't have any money,
you know where to go.
I know where to go. I can get a pizza for 8,000 points and I'm set.
Yeah, so true.
Well, I think actually, Molly, your examples are a good reward program, and then the Sephora and the Ulta one though, I question it because it's good for you, but I think you would have, with or without the rewards program, still made those purchases.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes
I don't even know I have them when I'm shopping there.
Exactly. So sometimes I think brands are trying to figure out like, are people, is my rewards program getting people to come back, or am I just giving away money? Like Sephora and Ulta, I feel like they're kind of just giving away their money.
Honestly, Ulta, I think it might be worth it because Ulta sells drugstore and high end. Like everything you get at Ulta, you can get at Sephora or you can get at Target. Sephora, so I could see why Ulta is like, this will get them to come here instead of Target or here instead of Sephora. Sephora, I think it doesn't make sense because there's a lot of makeup brands that are like only sold at Sephora. Or like you have to get it at Sephora, or you're gonna have to order it online. So if you want it day of, you have to go to Sephora, or they're like Sephora exclusives. Like Ulta doesn't really have Ulta exclusives. Like the most I can think is maybe Morphe, but Morphe has standalone stores. So like not even Morphe. So Ulta I see, but Sephora, so true. Like if you're gonna go to Sephora, like there's things you have to go to Sephora for.
Yeah, and so I think if I was, and maybe Sephora has something like this and just needs to do a better job at like, because if anyone would know about it, it's like you guys. But I think Sephora probably needs to do a better job of like getting people to that next threshold of like, if you spend X amount, you get this money, so that you like, so that people are inclined to purchase more or like want to come back. Like because 7-Eleven, if you see like a 7-Eleven and a CVS and you can get like an energy drink, you're going to 7-Eleven instead of CVS.
I have everyone in my life that I know use my phone number. Like I'm like, oh, if you're going to 7-Eleven, let's use my phone number. Like,
I didn't know that. I'll just use yours because I put my number in, but I don't even have the app. Like I don't care. I just put it in because one day they were like, sign up, and I was like, sure.
Molly, if you give if the podcast your phone number, everyone
I would do it.
Every time Molly goes to Walgreens, she uses my phone number.
I do.
Because I'll get a receipt. Like, I'll get an email being like, here's your receipt. And I'll be like, oh, I guess Molly's shopping right now. But once again, that's another one that I don't have the Walgreens app. I don't know how many points I have. I don't know anything. See, I just signed up for it one day because they were like, sign up. And I was like, sure. They
always have really good, like, little deals. I always use your phone number when I go to Ulta. I don't have my own.
Oh. Huh. You should get your... I appreciate that, and that's probably why I always have all this money when I go. That makes actually so much more sense, but you should use your own points.
No, I probably should. I didn't even really think about it. I didn't think they had that good of a reward system.
No, they do. And I'm reaping the benefits.
Yeah, you are.
I probably owe you like $100.
Well, if you can just make it up by getting me like a lot of 7-Eleven points.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll do that because I actually go to 7-Eleven literally every single day.
Yeah, I love 7-Eleven.
Like 7-Eleven's like the closest convenience store to our apartment, so I'm there like every day.
It's like, I think 2 blocks away.
I guess it's not the closest. Whatever.
Back to the Walgreens. So my mom works at Walgreens, so I've always gotten a discount. So I'm like loyal to Walgreens. But I'm always like, I think the most embarrassing thing I've like bought there, and I'm like, should I get this? Is like a pregnancy test.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I hope my mom doesn't see me getting a pregnancy test. Like, I'm 29 years old. I shouldn't have to worry about that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a natural concern.
Well, I guess it wouldn't have happened to me. But yeah.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ever get anything embarrassing from Ulta and you're like, I hope that Jackie doesn't see this?
No, actually, I think if I were to buy anything embarrassing, I just wouldn't put her code in.
Yeah.
I'd be paranoid.
See, I want the
like
discount.
even when I get the email that you have
emergency. You guys keep talking. The laptop's gonna die.
Oh. Even when I get an email that you like that there's a Walgreens receipt and I'm like, oh, that must be Molly because I'm not there right now. I don't look.
Good, because
I honestly now maybe I'll look. I normally don't look because I'm like, oh, I don't care to see like what Gatorade she bought, but now I'm like, maybe I'll see something exciting.
I really think like
I feel like if you had to go to the store and like buy something like that, you would probably tell me anyway.
No, I probably would. I'd probably call you crying.
I don't think it would be something you wouldn't tell me. So
yeah, because I would call you crying over like, I don't know, like a stray dog probably. I probably have
honestly, yeah. While Zoe's doing that, do you guys want to hear me sing? 'Cause my heart breaks a little when I hear your name. It all just sounds like ooh. Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers. I should have held your hand. Should have give you all my hours.
It's going into the red, Jackie.
When I had the chance. Take you to every party. 'Cause I remember how much you loved to dance. Do all the things I should have done when I was your man. I have no rhythm.
No, that was really good.
No, you have rhythm. Next up on the agenda... Oh, let me just recap. Loyalty programs. That's the biggest struggle. Are you giving away your money?
I'm so dead at the segue of like the random thing, and you'd be like, anyways, reward programs.
That's gotta be a clip.
Anyways, rewards programs.
Okay, so the struggle is, are you just giving away your money because people are coming to your site to purchase? Or you're just giving them money back? Or are you building loyalty by making people more engaged with your brand and coming back and spending more because they feel rewarded and like that you're giving them enough value with your rewards program? That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would love to see how Kith, and then just like some of the things that do set it apart, they give... A lot of what I think they're leaning on is like early access, which is big for Kith because they do sell out on things.
Yeah.
So rewarding.
Are they the kind of place that has like drops?
All the time. They drop. That's like their big thing. And it's exclusive and they only make it a certain amount. And then if you don't get it then you have to like buy it at a reseller or anything.
Yeah.
Or something.
For like 10 times more than it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's genius to give people early access if people... like, and you are rewarding the most loyal customers because the more you spend, the closer you get to early access. So,
don't you think that that's not fair to people who don't have money. I'm kidding. I was just like, I'm kidding. I'm genuinely kidding. Like, I was just trying to be like polarizing.
Yeah, I feel like just the brand is so expensive in itself.
No, yeah, I fully was kidding.
They're definitely isolating the people they don't want buying the brand. That's what's happening.
No, they're not. I'm kidding.
No, I think they're just simply rewarding the people who purchase their brand.
Yeah.
Because like the people who shop with their brand are probably also spending money at high end or like fairly expensive, or they're like treating themselves. So it's just trying to get them to spend more money
with them.
Yeah,
I was just trying to be like one of those people who's like,
yeah, well, okay, another
topic
where Jackie's got a problem with it. American Airlines is making very smart moves based on who's going to the Super Bowl. And get this, it's the Chiefs against the...
You got it.
49ers.
Hell yeah. If you guys follow us on the podcast, I was on the freaking ball yesterday, and I made a meme within seconds of seeing this one picture of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And I have to say, I still have not even seen the meme created by another account. So... I was on the ball.
It was such a good one. It was Taylor Swift hugging us, basically.
Yeah. Yep. It was pretty epic. But yeah, what's American Airlines doing?
Okay, so American Airlines changed their flight numbers. So like if you're going to where is it at? Where's the Super Bowl? Vegas. So you're going to Vegas on that flight, like the flight that would be going to the Super Bowl. They changed it to 1987, which
1989.
Thank you.
Which is a Taylor Swift album.
87, which is Travis Kelce's. So they changed the flight numbers to match like the whole theme, and Jackie has beef with it.
I do. Here's why. I'm a Swiftie. Through and through, I would say. I went to her tour. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. I'm an apologist for when people want to call her chuggy and annoying, because we all know she is chuggy and annoying, but I'll have her back. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's getting old. Like, we don't need to... And I know, like, honestly, American Airlines doing that was, like, a good decision on their part. Like, they got...
Genius.
Yeah. They did what they were trying to do. Like, the marketing team is good. They shouldn't fire anybody. But, like, I'm so fucking over it. I just am. Like... Taylor, like, these are professional football players. They've worked their whole life to make it to the Super Bowl. They, like, work so hard. Like, they are such a small percentage of specimen on this earth who have that skill. And, like, the airline is, like, 1989 and also 87. Like, okay, Travis Kelce isn't the only person on the fucking team.
Hey, maybe we haven't looked at... Maybe it's us. It's the public. Maybe all the other flight numbers are every number of all the players on the Chiefs.
Doubt it. Also, I'm just upset because this could be like I feel like every episode we have a little pop culture break. Mm-hmm. I'm just upset that the Super Bowl is the Chiefs and the 49ers. Not to sound like a pick-me girl who's like, oh my God, football. But like I really haven't been paying attention this year. And in the recent years, I just have been because...
Well... Not really.
I don't think
that's you're saying I really haven't been paying attention?
Yeah, not really.
Excuse me. I literally go out and watch the games every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. I literally do. And if I don't, I start a new free trial that I cancel after a week so that I can watch it here. I watch both games on Sunday.
Just this Sunday. You have been paying attention?
Yeah.
I just must have not been paying attention to you paying attention.
Yeah, you haven't been apparently. I'm actually like upset you're saying this to me right now.
I'm going to ask Brian later.
Ask him. Anyways, I have been paying attention this year. And yeah, justice for Detroit. It was Detroit's time. I'm so over the 49ers. Also, I'm so over the fucking Chiefs. Okay, so I'm a Bengals fan by marriage. And not my marriage, but a cousin's marriage. And I went to the AFC Championship last year where the Bengals were beat by the Chiefs unfairly, IMO, and I just didn't want to see the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl again this year. I'm over the Mahomes shit. I'm over it. I wanted it to be Detroit and the Ravens, and it's the 49ers and the Chiefs. I will say, Detroit, like, they just, I don't know what they were doing on that field because, you know, I watched the game.
I didn't.
I don't know what they were doing out there.
You think maybe someone paid him off, like Taylor Swift?
I will say, everybody's saying this. I've heard it on like a few podcasts. I've watched it in some TikToks. It is, and it's true. It's in the NFL's best interest that the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. So you think?
Because like teeny boppers are going to be watching the Super Bowl now that wouldn't have been watching it because they want to see Taylor Swift there.
I think even younger than teeny boppers.
Yeah. So.
Well, do you think that? Because I feel like I've heard before people saying that she doesn't want this and she just wants them to watch the game, or do you think her team has like play in it?
Taylor?
Yeah.
I think that she always, honestly, I am happy for her. I feel like she's always dating people who, you know, like don't want to be like in the public eye and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm regurgitating a podcast I listened to earlier today, but they just were talking about this. But like she even like, you know, like has a song where it's like, you know, like, is it okay that I can never give you peace? Such a bop song. But it's her just saying, like, is it okay that, like, you're going to have to be in the public eye if you date me? And Travis Kelce eats that shit up. Travis Kelce is me. Travis Kelce is me if I was a football player. Like,
do you think he's a Leo?
Oh, my God, wait.
We have to. What if he has the same birthday as you? Travis
Kelce.
Yeah, it's just very interesting, this whole...
October 5th, 1989. He was born 1989. Wait, why didn't I already know that? Is he a Libra? If he is a Libra, then that does make sense because Libras are like such Leo wannabes. Yeah, he's a Libra.
So he's a Leo wannabe.
Yeah.
And he was born in 1989.
IMO. So that's all I have to say on that. I wish things played out differently. And that's all I have to say.
Ooh, okay, this is perfect timing for this podcast to... this is nothing to do with that. Segueing. I was thinking about talking about... Tomorrow I'm doing a panel. We're talking about preparing for Valentine's Day and like how every brand can like lean into Valentine's Day and market to them, but then not only like... but also like retain your customers that you might have acquired in Valentine's Day, etc. So that's going to be so fun. But you guys are listening to this in the future, so you'll miss it if you didn't see it already.
But we'll post about it on the podcast Instagram. If anybody's following over there.
And in the future, too, I think we talked about this last week, we're getting more consistent with the newsletter. And one of the things we're adding to the newsletter is a job board. So definitely if you're... I think it's so valuable too because we have a job board in the Discord, but it's kind of hard to keep up with, and it's pretty exclusive and like hidden to just this group. So if anyone wants to read the newsletter or subscribe to the newsletter, there'll be job postings in it every week moving forward. So that's also not what I was going to talk about though. So
it sure seemed like it was.
I played that off, right?
Yeah.
My brain's going a million miles an hour. No, I wanted to talk about leap year, that every brand should lean into leap year. Because
is this a leap year?
Mm-hmm.
What is a leap year?
You get one extra day in February.
Okay, so February goes until the 29th.
Mm-hmm. So, and it only happens every 4 years. So this is your sign to go plan something for leap year for your brand, even if it's like something small. We're going to do like... it's an extra day to hear because it's a leap year and try to like, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like, I'm sure everybody has this conversation, but what do you do if your birthday is February 29th?
You get to pick either the 28th or whatever.
Oh my God, it'd be my dream if my birthday was February 29th because then I could be young forever.
Yeah, you would be young forever because you'd only have a birthday every 4 years.
Yeah. Like when people even like talk about me aging, I like...
Jackie is 21 forever. Maybe 22.
I can sing a song. Does anybody have... oh yeah, I wouldn't be a Leo, so that would be a problem. Does anybody have a song I can sing? Because I have a go-to that I'll sing if no one does. Santa's got a new look. It's dressed up in cheetah spots and all the reindeers too. Ooh. Chanel's decorating, Aqua's got cookies baking, Dorinda's wrapping presents for you. Oh, you know a cheetah girl's way. Be yourself, have a cheetah holiday. I know you will. You got what it takes, you got girl power. Have yourself a very merry cheetah-licious Christmas. We just want to wish ya a cheetah-licious Christmas now. So, that's my go-to karaoke song.
We really are wrapping up, and I'm curious to know, are you going to keep the singing in, or are you going to take it out?
I'm going to keep it in.
I love that.
Just kidding. No, should I take it out?
No, keep it in.
I'll keep it in, but maybe like I won't keep it for the whole verse that I sang. I'll just like a little.
Or you could like you could start it with you singing and then insert the music video. Oh no, we'll get DMCA'd.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you might have to take it out because it sounds just like the Cheetah Girls.
No, and also by the way, both of those songs that I sang, like I definitely said the wrong words in between, so we won't get flagged because I'm not even singing a song. I think I'm making up half of it. Also, issue alert. My new thing recently, have you noticed, is I go, by the way, like I'll be in the middle of,
You do
it's
say
so
that.
annoying.
Why do you do that? It's
I don't know.
Annoying. It's not annoying. I think it's
Endearing?
no. I think it's. I don't know. I like it though because it's like listen up.
No, and I'll be like, no, like if somebody is like thinks I'm disagreeing with them, I'll be like, no, and by the way, I agree.
Yeah, it's kind of scary sometimes.
No, it's really scary.
But it does like set the tone where you're like,
No, yeah, because it's me being
Listen
like,
up, I'm
and
right.
by the way, I don't negate the fact that that is valid. But by the way, this is my truth.
Yeah.
no, I like it. I think you should keep doing it.
And it makes me feel like a mob wife. Like, by the way. Because then I also say it like, by the way.
You
Jersey
do kind of
accent.
give mob wife energy.
I definitely don't, but I kind of love that.
You do.
I feel like wearing all black and then the little accent popping out,
Yeah.
you know?
I have a question for Molly, and then I have a shout out to a brand, and then we could do housekeeping. Molly, what's your favorite thing about working for Inevitable?
I think. No, there's like a couple things. I just want to say, like, I think the opportunity is like amazing because I think, I mean, you can attest for this too because you didn't go to college, but I think when you're, especially like, I'm like really tripping over my words, so I'm gonna restart. But especially from like my senior year of high school, like I went through COVID for 2 years. The importance of going to college because I had four older siblings who went to college, 4 years even. There's so much pressure on you to go to college. So when I didn't go to college, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm not in college. So I think the opportunity of learning this career, because at that point I was like, I wasn't sure what I was doing, but having the opportunity to learn this career, go to these events, meet people in this career, it's like e-commerce and customer experience is something I never thought of. Like that's not something they like talk about in school. So to find out that like I actually really enjoy it because I do like, you know, customer facing. Like I like everything that I'm learning so far. It's just nice.
I love that answer.
I love that too because not to like divulge too much information about yourself, Mal, but when Molly was like trying to figure out like, which also like an experience that I can never claim to like even try and understand. Like I always tell you this, like you and Billy this, like could you imagine being in high school during COVID?
No.
Like not being in school.
No.
And like, oh my God, it's seriously crazy. So when Molly was like having a hard time like getting back in the swing of things and just like wasn't feeling motivated with school and stuff, like that's why when Zoe brought up like doing Inevitable, I was like, Zoe is like such a good example of like how like, and take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, how you don't need to go to college. However, if you're going to make the decision to not, you have to like fucking grind. Like Zoe didn't finish like her undergrad traditionally, but she like did in a like like turnaround way. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean like
the putting in the work, like you still put in like that work tenfold because I didn't work hard in college, by the way.
Well, yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't.
College?
I mean, like I did, but
your undergrad?
like I was, yeah, law school. I worked really hard.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Undergrad, like if we're being honest, like, there would be like random times where I'd be like, oh shit, I have to pull an all-nighter so I can like get this turned in. But that wasn't because I was like an overachiever. That was because I had 3 months to do a paper that I now waited until the night before and had to do in a night.
Yeah, I just think I mean now it's more acceptable, or maybe not, because Molly just went through this.
It's weird because in high school this might be a weird take, but I think for girls it's not as acceptable for guys.
Totally.
Because
I
guys
agree.
can just go into the trades, guys can go to the military. Girls, it's like you got to go to college.
I totally agree. When I was graduating, like the idea of not going to, there was no thought in my head of not going to college ever.
Yeah. So I do think, obviously, but it is a mindset, because Molly, you could have been stuck in the mindset of, and you kind of like alluded to this, but it's so easy to like think of yourself as such a failure because you don't go to college. And I was stuck there because I went to college for one semester and had to drop out because of different situations. And like, I was depressed. I was like, I'm a piece of shit. I don't know. How am I ever going to get a job? I don't have an experience. No one will hire me because I don't have experience, but I can't get experience because no one will hire me. I literally worked at Culver's, fast food, and Planet Fitness at the same time. Like, it was a very dark place, and I thought I was stuck there. And it's also easy to get like into that mindset of like just not being accepting that you are worthy of things. And so, like, to Jackie's point, like, you have to, even if you're not going to college, you have to, which is totally fine, obviously, but you have to be in the mindset of like being able to accept, like, learn and accept things. Like, to be honest, like when I first got into customer experience, I was only doing support. So I was hired to answer customer support tickets, and I wasn't really, I didn't know that I could also, I thought I would only answer like phones and tickets. I couldn't ever like change the customer journey or the brand and all these things. It was just like, okay, this is your job. And it wasn't glamorous. And I don't know, like, it's hard. That's like when people think of customer support, you think you're like, well, I guess it's a job, you know? So it's just good to have an open mind. And like, I'm so happy because I see myself in you. And I just like, I can't wait to see like where you go and you flourish.
I think that's something that's like crazy about Inevitable, because I mean, I started working when I was 16 doing like customer experience just like in person. Like I was working at Pops, I was working at Jimmy John's, I was working at Pappy's, like just doing a bunch of like random restaurant gigs. And I still do work in a restaurant part-time. But I think when I started, just like what you're saying, I think when I started working at Inevitable, there's this whole other side to customer experience that like I really enjoy, like the making people's day and then making the journey better, that I didn't think was part of it. Because I mean, if you had asked me like a month into working this job and I was just doing tickets, like, oh, is this a career that you could see yourself in? I'd be like, no, like I'm doing this until like I go back to college.
Yeah.
But like now I want to go back to college, yes, but I also want to go back to college to better myself in this career. And that's a huge mindset change.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
It totally is, because before you were like, I need to go back to school just so that I can like tick that box.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have to tick the box unless like you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, this was actually my favorite thing, because I kept just working and then like not going to school, then going back to school, and then working and then going back to school. And my favorite thing going back to school was when I went from working at GNC and like learning all this stuff about supplements and like how nutrients affect your body and all that. And then when I went back to school after like using all that or having all that knowledge, I was able to like organic chemistry ended up being my favorite class, because I could take like literally everything I was learning in organic chemistry and like apply it to my workplace. And it was so interesting to me. And so like that's when, and if you go back to school, you can like have that mindset of like, I'm actually going to use this stuff.
Yeah, no, that's something I'm super excited for, because I know we've had this conversation, like I believe like all three of us at like different times, of it's like weighing the, like at least for me, like weighing the, okay, like what's the balance of work experience and what's the balance of school, and that's something I still need to figure out. But just so they coincide and they work together, like knowledge wise or something.
Well, it's so good that you're getting experience, like, because I know you do want to like go to school and finish, and like no doubt in my mind that you like will, but I mean, like, my first job out of college basically paid minimum wage with a 4-year degree, and like I had to wait like 3 years until like I was deemed having enough experience to make more. Like, you get out of college and then you have no professional experience, and they're all like, won't hire anybody unless they have 3 years minimum experience. And it's like, I was just in college for 4 years, like getting the degree you all told me I needed to have in order to get a fucking good paying job. And now I'm being paid what I could have paid, or getting paid what I could have made when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And you'll be able to finish college and have the degree and the experience. And
Yeah.
I know, it's something I'm really grateful
Like,
for.
I actually experienced like both of it, because like coming out of undergrad, no professional experience besides like working at a country club, but like not like otherwise for like what I was trying to do, but I had the degree. And flip side with coming out of working while in law school, like I was like making more than somebody that would have made. I am making more than what somebody would have made while they were in law school if they didn't like work in the professional world first. So like there really is like so many pros to like working with a degree.
Yeah. But it's fucking hard to go to school and work. It's so hard.
No, yeah, it's why it is hard, because it hurts you. There's so many issues with it, because now like I'm in a situation where like I can't pass the bar, and it's because I don't have the time to study that people have that aren't working.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
To pass the bar is a full-time job.
It's a full-time job, and that's what everyone I work with keeps telling me. They're like, I would have never passed the bar if I was working, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't afford to just not have a job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how would I pay rent?
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
Whatever.
Being
if I don't pass this time,
an
shoot
adult
me.
is not easy.
It's not.
It ain't easy. But at least it could be kind of fun.
I loved this little college chat.
That was good. And I really am, the agency makes me so freaking happy, because we had a lot of like heart to hearts, and that's one of the coolest things about having people out for events. And right now the agency isn't like wealthy enough to be able to like put up everyone in like a big hotel and stuff, but I kind of like it because we're kind of like sleeping
it works out.
Yeah, everyone stays over here and we like stay up late and just like talk about life. And it feels good to be able to provide guidance for like people I really, really care about, and empower people to understand that they are so worthy and they're such good workers, and like we can make anything happen and literally like form your life however you want it to be formed, and get you the experience anywhere you want it. Because in marketing there's so many ways, like unless you wanted to go, well actually no, literally like anything in marketing there's so many things to enjoy or like to try out to see if you like, and like we can guide you in the right direction. And that was my favorite thing about being able to like talk to everyone and see like, what do you really want to do, and like how can we shape your career at Inevitable to like make sure you're doing what you enjoy and like getting the experience you want that's gonna like pay you what you want to be able to live the life you want, because it's all possible.
It is crazy how it is all possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just will your way to like make more money, you like can.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like wild, because if you're in like a certain mindset, you can just think it's impossible. I definitely have been. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I think it's being exposed to it, because without being exposed, and this is something we talk about with Molly too, because like if you just stay in your little bubble, and not you, Molly, but like anyone, if anyone stays in their little bubble and is just surrounded by like kind of what you're used to, and you're not exposed to some different things, or like more like being exposed to areas where you can make more money and realize like nobody's doing anything super special. I mean, obviously like being an engineer, and like there's like certain skill sets where I'm like, holy shit, I would never be able to do that. But like there's things where like you can teach yourself how to do or learn if someone teaches you, and you can make good money. And like it's everyone's like capable of these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think one big thing I learned recently is just the world is bigger than Southside Chicago. Like 100%. Like it's like difficult.
Oh yeah, like there's more like opportunities for work. Yeah, because sometimes it can feel like, okay, like these are the career paths people go into, and this is like what I know. Yeah, like I didn't know anybody who did like what you do.
I didn't either. It acts like it was.
I mean, maybe people did and they just didn't talk about it, but I don't know. Like in my head, I was like, I don't know. I mean, like I'm so glad I went to law school, and I went to law school because I want to be an attorney. But but half of the reason why I decided to go to law school is because growing up, my nana just was always like, you'll be a great lawyer, go to law school. So then I like did. It wasn't because I like
you love to fight with me, go to law school.
No, yeah, she's like, you love to argue, which is so funny because I like actually hate arguing.
Do you like
I like fun arguing. Yeah, but like real arguments, like a real fight, like see ya, like that scares the shit out of me. But like a fight with a random person at a bar, sign me up.
She loves causing chaos.
I do love causing chaos in that way.
Jackie was about to box our neighbor and she doesn't remember.
I was. I like
tell the people what they want to hear.
I'm kind of cringing like every time I walk up the stairs that I'm gonna like see somebody. But honestly, I stand by what I said. I mean, I don't remember it, but based off what you told me was the circumstance, I stand by it. Like,
we got home like pretty late and
on a Friday.
Thursday.
On a Thursday. Okay. To give an idea of the town we live in, like everybody here is like 22 and like parties like Tuesday through Sunday. So if I came home a little loud on a Thursday, like get used to it.
Yeah, and somebody in the apartment complex yelled like, shut up, because we were being loud. But we were like walking through the door, so we were loud. It wasn't like we were being loud like all night. It was just like the commotion of getting through the door. And Jackie swings the door open and she's like, live a little, why don't ya? She like slams the door. I'm like, jeez.
I stand by that so hard. Like, live a little, why don't you? I'll say it again. We should put that sign on our door. Live a little, why don't you?
We should put it on everyone's door in case, like, because not everyone walks past our door. So
no, and I'm pretty sure we know who was, correct? And they've been. Oh, I thought we theorized that it was.
Not sure.
Whatever. I'm gonna theorize it was them. They have been so loud so many times, and I don't care. Also, if you've been following along on Zoe's like Instagram stories, like you would know, like for the majority of the time that we lived here, I guess it wasn't the majority of the time actually, but it felt like it. For a solid several. No, because he was gone by May. Because he was never here when Brian was so February.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it felt like a lifetime.
It did feel like
wow. But we had somebody living in this building who actually like we thought was gonna kill us. And when I say that, I am not saying that with any bit of dramatics. Like we actually did. So if I'm a little fucking loud, you're showing your privilege.
I
you
think
obviously
that's what I said immediately when they said like shut up. I was like, you guys have no idea what it was like when he was here.
No, yeah, because now all these people live in this building that didn't live here while Jeff lived here. Oh, I don't care. Yeah,
we Jeff on the
it's actually public records because he had whatever. You didn't like all these people that didn't live here while he lived here live here now, and they're like so privileged and
they
like
get so much sleep.
They get so much sleep. They think their world revolves around them. They feel safe on their couch. They're not scared a rock's gonna come at their head. And so now they hear a little noise and they're like, oh no, let's call the cops on those girls. They're so annoying. Let's call the cops.
Also like, oh my God, her dog is barking.
Yeah, let's call the cops on the dog.
This guy literally
broke
our window with large rocks, potato-shaped rocks. He
tried to throw them at my head.
He was
dead ass.
throwing rocks at Jackie. Huge rocks.
One time I was home alone and he was banging on the door to let me in. And I was barricaded in my room. While barricaded in my room, I get a call from Zoe after she gets off the phone with our landlord. And she's like, Jackie, don't want to freak you out, but so-and-so just told me that Jay thinks that there's somebody inside of our apartment unit that thinks that and he thinks that person is trying to kill him.
And he had a gas mask on.
He's banging on the door for me to open the door. I'm in my room like, oh my God, this is it. This is how I'm going to go. This is how I'm going to go. Like,
We literally would walk around the house with knives because we were like, any moment.
there was a knife in my drawer until like several weeks ago. Like,
Jackie and I slept in the same bed where we would be like, okay, whose bed do you want to sleep in tonight? Because we were scared to just sleep.
no, it was literally terrible.
All night he would yell, yo!
Yo! And like smashing glass.
Yeah, one time. Oh, there's so many.
No.
Well, we'll talk about it on the Patreon.
Yeah. It literally was absolutely insane. So like, oh, I'm a little loud when I come home on a Thursday night. Literally, like, good. There
was one time we live on the second floor and there's a hose in like I don't know. I keep wanting to say like lobby area, but it's just like an outdoor
courtyard. Is that the word?
Courtyard. And he turned the hose on full, like, whatever, and was spraying our door just from, like, the bottom up to the top and just, like, spraying. I went out there and I was like, is it raining? And nope. He was spraying us from the bottom floor with the hose.
He basically thought that somebody who was, like, trying to hurt him, like, actually lived. I think, like, he thought that we were, like, hiding this guy out.
His name was Rodney. He thought Rodney was in here.
Rodney was not a real person.
Rodney was a made-up character.
But it was scary because it's like, if he thinks that this Rodney man's trying to kill him and he thinks we're involved,
and
why wouldn't he kill us?
Breaking our window to get in. And taking pictures of our apartment from the window.
No, like, it was a moment in time. One that I never want to go back to, but one I'm glad I lived through.
Are you?
Kind of.
I think I could have never lived through that.
Yeah, but fine. But it, like, added, like, some pizzazz.
It did.
Low-key.
It actually made the Zoe Jackie dynamic on social media.
Yeah. No, it added some spice to my life.
Also, it's like a good story to tell people.
It is such a good
No, it's
story.
wild. Like, when I tell the story to people, they're like, whoa. And I'm like, yeah, I lived through that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was stubborn enough not to leave right away.
Oh, I was so stubborn about it. I was like, no, sorry, no. This man who is the definition of...
Not
nice.
Breaking the HOO
to a large degree. By the way, if you're ever like trying to not pay your rent, go for it. They'll never evict you. This guy, no, I'm serious. Like, this guy could like do whatever the hell he wanted, and he never even. No, he ended up getting formally evicted, but a long time later.
Wait, he lived here when he was doing it.
Yeah, he lived right below us.
He lived right below us.
Oh, I thought he like just kept coming here.
No,
he lived.
He
right
lived
below us.
here.
That's crazy.
No,
we're pretty sure he would drill holes into the floor, like his floor, our ceiling, because we would feel like a drill on the floor and hear it, and because he was like trying to like spy on us.
Do you not know the details, Molly? I literally have a restraining order against this man.
Oh, I knew that, but so this is how I thought this story went down. I thought like he lived here before you guys.
No.
Oh, like in this unit?
Yeah.
No, he lived right below us, and he hated us.
He did not like us, and
but
I tried
we won.
to be nice to him.
He lived alone.
I am stubborn when it comes to stuff like that. Here's the thing: if I do not think I'm right, it'll kill me. But I will secede. Is that a word?
Like if you are wrong.
If I'm wrong, yeah. But if I know in my heart of hearts that I'm right, like
This is what Nana was talking about.
I will not give up. Like, there was no reason why us, who were law-abiding citizens, should have been the ones to leave this apartment. It was gonna be him, and guess who it was? It was him.
He would still be here if Jackie Miller didn't live in this building.
Yeah, honestly, he would.
They tried to get him out for so long until Jackie had.
Did I tell you that? Blank texted me recently and lives kitty corner.
Oh yeah.
Like thanking me when he asked me what was going on out there. He was like, also by the way, like thanks because I really do feel like if it wasn't for you guys living there, like he would still be here.
Mm-hmm. I saw Blank and Blank's mom the other day.
I saw what I
told you
needed.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw what I needed to see. I did what I needed to do.
Is that a TikTok?
I think it is. It's a TikTok sound. I saw what I needed to see.
There are housekeeping, and then I'm gonna go read the chat because I see paragraphs. I think it was coming from when we were talking about college and stuff.
Yeah, they're basically repeating like what we were saying, agreeing
Oh,
and
okay,
stuff.
okay. I forgot you had it on your
I've been
phone.
making sure there aren't like actual questions.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Molly, any last thoughts before we wrap it up?
This was a fun episode.
This was fun. I was really nervous. You can probably tell in like
You didn't seem nervous to me.
No.
At least the chat knew that I was nervous in the beginning because I would not test the microphone for some reason. But I'm happy that I pushed my comfort zone because that's something I need to continue doing.
It's so good to push your comfort zone on that same thing, not to make this longer, but like even I was thinking about this. I brought Molly to like probably the most intimidating gym ever.
Oh yeah.
And same thing. If I was 19 years old and walked into that gym, it's like I could call it like an influencer gym because everybody and their mom and their grandma are in there filming their workout. It's just like a normal thing. But if I walked into that gym at 19 years old, I would walk out immediately. I'd be like, I can't be seen in one of these people's back videos. Like everyone's like really, really buff. And Molly walked around. She was so confident walking around. She joined our workout. Like you fucking crushed it.
You're like shy. I just squeaked kind of. You're like shy sometimes, but you are like really confident. Like you will just like I feel like when I was your age, like I wouldn't have gone. I won't go now. I won't go to that gym. You guys
You
are
want to go today?
No, I won't.
Why?
Like the idea of it makes me uncomfortable.
I don't know why things like that. Okay, so this is like a huge thing about me. My friends have said it too. So like if you take me to a party with like people that I knew in high school but I never talked to, I won't speak. You take me to a party with like absolute strangers, I will talk the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
If for some reason I feel, I don't know what it is.
Prejudge, or that people already have an idea of you.
Maybe.
Because like if it's people from high school you didn't really talk to, that those are people that I would at least be worried. Like they probably already have an idea of who I am. So like, what's the point?
Yeah, definitely. Because like those people at the gym, they don't know me.
No, yeah.
They don't know anything about me. They don't need to know anything about me. All they need to know is that if I'm stretching in one corner, don't film in that corner. Film in the other corner.
Don't point
I loved that approach. I'm just going to the gym. These people don't need to know anything about me.
Yeah,
So true.
I used to think that everyone, like, gym intimidation is like a real thing where you think people are looking at you or like judging you or you look like you don't know what you're doing. But honestly, everyone's in their own head and they're doing their own thing.
True.
And they don't care what you're doing.
I am not looking at anybody else when I'm at the gym. Like I am staring at myself. If there is a mirror around, I'm staring at myself the whole time.
I saw this post once about somebody like the fitness community, and it was like a very solid post. They were like, if you see like a really, like out of shape person at the gym, like, guess what? They got up that day and decided about it themselves. Like,
Yeah.
You're a worse person if you decide to judge them.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
Those people are crazy. I could never imagine caring if somebody was at the gym.
No, because the other thing is like, I don't care about their opinion because I wouldn't want to be friends with somebody who judged me by the way that I looked while I'm working out.
Yeah.
Hell,
Like I wouldn't want them
freaking
in my life.
yeah.
Yeah.
So true. Yeah. So why would you care about their
me.
opinion?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So do you want to come, Jack?
No. No, honestly, I'm like pretty sore from
I'm so sorry. I'm doing
Pilates yesterday. So there's another free Pilates class offered Thursday night. Molly will be gone
What day is today?
Monday.
Maybe I can do that. I'll take Wednesday off because yesterday my one thing that I don't like about Pilates is if I'm like sore in one muscle group, I wouldn't be like working out that muscle group at the gym. But in Pilates, it's like a full body workout every time. And so like if I'm sore, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be working my legs right now. But like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Just sit
And it's
here?
like working those little muscles. So it's like if you're sore, it's like almost even worse.
Yeah.
Pilates is nuts.
So I
though.
just need to plan for it a little bit better.
Yeah, Thursday's like decently out I guess.
So I'll rest on Wednesday, work out on Thursday.
You should sign if you want to go. You should sign up for it ASAP though because it'll fill up.
Okay, wait, 2 more things. One, shout out to Perfy and Vasa.
Oh yeah.
We'll like link it in below
Oh wait.
and stuff.
I want to get a picture of us all holding it up
Okay.
when I edit.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Cute.
Cute. Thank you, Vasa. Their story is really, really cool. He basically made the drink. It's like a inspirational story with like his mom and how she's just like such a great mom. And there's a whole story to it. So I'll let you guys look it up. But his mom just passed too, so it's kind of like it's so sad, but also like
She
cool.
knows that it was created and everything though, right? She was around for that.
Yeah. And she was so proud. And I believe Perfy came from something that she used to tell Vasa, her son, that like he's Perfy.
Oh,
and so
cute.
like so is she. And so long live Perfy, and like the story, her like memory can go on with.
I love that.
Isn't that cute?
Cool. There's a little QR code that says scan here to read our story.
Also, tell the people what you thought after your first Perfy.
Oh, I actually like felt relaxed. I was really stressed out that day. Why was I so stressed out that day? I don't need to say. Why was I so stressed out?
Remember?
It was like 5 things. I think was one the car.
Oh, my car like randomly wouldn't start. Oh my God, yeah.
You were so stressed that day. Yeah.
It was a rough day.
But each Perfy has a different nutrients in it that have like, so there's like calming. This one, for example, has L-theanine and ashwagandha.
So is this one? Oh, wait, the same one.
Yeah. So those are both ingredients that help with calming and like stress levels. So each one will tell you, and then it'll tell you exactly how many milligrams of each in.
And I'll say that it wasn't placebo effect because I felt it, and then I was like I felt calmer, and then I started reading it and was like, remember? I was like, oh my God, wait, there's like calming stuff in this? I feel calmer.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even a placebo effect because I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool.
So if you see them, or go on their store locator and see where they are around your area. And
they're actually good. And they're something to point out, I think that is like a perk of it, especially because like our siblings don't like salty or like fizzy drinks, as they call it. I wouldn't consider it super fizzy.
No. Wait,
which is
that
nice.
True?
A lot of us have like gastric reflux. That's like a huge thing with our siblings.
Yeah.
So
Oh, your siblings. I thought it was like about like your generation.
No,
for some reason.
siblings.
I was like, what happened to your
No, I
generation?
don't really get that much with this. Like I get like a little, but like not.
It's like not, I wouldn't call it like a like,
It's not like super carbonated.
yeah, it's not like when you take that fresh sip of like a Coke out of a bottle and it's like so much fizz that it almost kind of makes you feel like you just got hit with a bus.
Yeah.
Like it's perfect. I like honestly really
perky.
I really like them. I like, my favorite one is the citrus.
I like the blue one. Is it like a pear? Or no, it's a yuzu.
I don't know.
Oh, I know. I think that's the purple.
I don't think I tried that one. Honestly, I think I only kept drinking the citrus ones because my first one was the citrus one and I loved it. So every time I would grab one, I grabbed the citrus one.
We were, it was a perfect timing because we had a full house and everyone was drinking them. So
Yeah.
thank you, Vasa. And then I promise last thing and then we can go. The one other theme that kept coming up when the girls were in town where we were talking about just like how to be healthier as far as like being more active. And Molly, you can like talk to this too if you want, but we decided to incorporate a health stipend for inevitable employees. So because everyone like it's something that can go is just like a little bit of money that can go such a long way. So we decided to give each employee $50 a month to go through to any like health, wellness, fitness type thing, which is, it might seem like a small amount of money, but like and I compared it to actually like a birthday gift. Cause like if someone gives you $50 as like a birthday gift and you're like, I should probably put it towards bills or I have some debt to pay off. But if someone gives you a $50 gift card to your favorite store, you're like, oh, I get to treat myself.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like really proud of like everyone and especially Molly too, because like I've been seeing you like try so fucking hard and just prioritize your health. So I'm really happy that people like love that too, and it just seemed like everyone was like super grateful.
Yeah, no, and it just really is like, yeah, one of those things that like makes you feel so much better. And if you're like kind of like forced, like, okay, you can get this money because like it can only be used for that. So it's like you can get this money and use it for something that like will better you, or you could just like not get the money. Mm-hmm. So then it like forces you to do it. And like I have never been like, this is the most ever in my life that I've been like active and like cared about like my health and stuff. And it's the clearest my mind has ever been. Like so many things. Like it really is so true that like once you, like to put it like bluntly, like once you like truly give a shit about like your health and wellness, like it really does make such a fucking difference. It's crazy.
Yeah. the healthier you are, the clearer your mind is, and then also like the more confident you feel in yourself, the more confident you feel in your work. So I think it's like super good for the agency to invest in, and just like also prioritizing and making sure, like when Molly, you were talking to me about this, about I want to make sure people feel like they can get up from their desk and go on a walk if they want. I don't want people to feel like they like need to be sitting behind a screen, like eyes glued to the screen, which is like so easy for people to feel like they have to do because you're working, you know, you have to like be behind your computer. But we actually also changed our Tuesday morning meetings to we're calling them tomorrow. We're calling them walking meetings. So everyone shows up with keeping in mind that you can't expect anyone to be behind their computer. It's like we have our agenda ready. Everyone can like go on a walk, and we all walk and we talk and we catch up on everything in the agency, and like we can do that all while walking. We're incorporating walking meetings, mandatory walking. I guess people don't have to walk, but nobody can come to the meeting needing someone to pull something up on their computer.
Yeah. I was going to say, because I might not be able to walk just because it's work start time, but I won't make anybody pull anything up on their computer. Not that I literally ever do.
Do that, Jackie. Well, that was the other thing is, like, as long as the agenda is prepared, usually people don't need to, right? Like, every once in a while, we might pull something up because, like, we're sitting there, but really, like, we don't need to. We're just figuring out, like, where everyone is on projects. We're talking through issues. We're making sure everyone's up to date, and, like, we can do that walking. Mm-hmm. And then I also encouraged people to do the same thing with some of their meetings. Like, if you don't need to be behind your computer, why not walk and talk?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had that mentorship call with one of the people that I managed today, and I did it on a walk, and I was up front with her. I was like, just make sure, like, we're both, like, you don't need anything on the computer because we're just talking. Yeah. And I was so clear, like, headed during it. And, like, I feel like if I was home, I would just pace around my house doing it, which doesn't have the same, like, feeling.
Yeah.
Like, pacing versus walking.
Zoe knows I go for like an hour and a half walk every day in the middle of the workday, and it seems like, how can you fit that in the workday? But I just like leave the stuff. Like, I'll leave like emails for work that I need to respond to, and then I also will leave it for time to like edit like whatever reel I'm posting that day, and it's like so perfect. And like I'm not getting distracted, because if I go to edit a fucking short form video when I'm like also like watching YouTube in front of me and stuff, like the way it'll take me like double the time for no reason. Mm-hmm. And like I won't bill double the time because like I know that I took double the time, but it's like I don't want to take that long editing something. I'd rather just do it while I'm walking and not pay attention to anything else and just like edit it.
Yeah. I just am so happy that because sometimes these are the things that you like if you work for someone, and I know I'm like the founder, so I get to like make the rules, but I like to be able to like hear people's like struggles and just be like, well, if you want to be more active, like, why don't you just take a longer break and like do that during the day, or if that's when you operate better. Like, feels nice to be able to like guide people to like the lifestyle that they want.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's very nice of our boss.
I'm looking for compliments now.
No, it's super nice of our boss. It's so nice. I always tell Zoe, I'm like, I've never worked at a job where like stipends, and I know that's like way more common now, but I've never worked somewhere where there was like, here's a wellness stipend, here's a working remotely pay your internet bill stipend. Like, I've never seen anything like that. So when Zoe brought it up, I was like, oh my god, cool, I'm like a part of 2024 now.
Yeah, it is more common, but I also am like, well, why aren't we doing it? So,
and it's still not common enough. Hopefully, like all places eventually,
it's worth it to invest. But housekeeping, thank you for listening. If you made it this far, you're a trooper, because this was a long.
We streamed for 2 hours. That's so fun.
That's so fun. Please rate, subscribe, send this to a friend, ask your grandma to listen to it.
She'll love it.
She'll love it. And we'll catch you next Thursday.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.